So when we last left off, I believe Oberdon was in the top floor with Hjorthurk, who was being oblivious, and Emery, who was being shocked, in a different room. Emery, you've just discovered that one of your sister's best friends was the Tiefling. Mm-hmm. Otto and Dudley are downstairs with the old lady, who is being accommodating and very grandmotherly, although weird. So, Oberdon, you have just noticed that there is a line of salt that goes across the entranceway to the master bedroom of the house. Right. And you have also identified that this is the only room where, like, the shoes aren't on the bedside table and the clothes aren't poking out from the bed. Now, do I know that
yet?
You are the only one who's noticed. Because Hjorthurk can't roll dice to save his ass, and nobody else came to the bedroom with you. Because,
so I am aware of the other room. I am aware that the other rooms were all in chaos.
So, like, the house isn't messy. It's very neatly organized in absolutely nonsensical ways. Clothes are not in the closet; they're poking out from under the bed. The shoes might be hanging where the coat rack would be, right? Like, everything is very tidy, just
in the wrong places.
Except for the master bedroom where everything is pristine.
All right, as soon as I see that, I kind of stop, pause. Assuming it's salt, I crouch down and take the tiniest pinch, making sure I don't break a line, and then make sure it is salt.
You taunt the DM into wishing he could say that you need to roll a fortitude, but you don't need to. It's just salt.
Okay, I do have really bad blood pressure. It might push me over into... Hjorthurk does have health problems.
Roll versus old.
Roll versus old. Yeah, he's okay. So it's definitely salt.
Yes.
I will step very carefully over the line.
Okay.
So, and then Hjorthurk is he's behind me, right?
Yeah, I'm like a few feet behind you in the hallway.
Okay, once I've stepped over, I'll stick my head around and beckon him over.
I follow.
Okay. As he gets close, I'll put a hand up and point at the salt line and say, "Be careful where you step. Try very, very hard not to spoil the line."
Is this customary for you humans to
Not at all. Step into the room. I did want our voice to carry down the hall and down the stairs.
Okay, but remember, they're still eating pie.
Oh yes, I do remember. Anyway.
So I'm gonna come closer to you and lower my voice as best I can.
Right. Well, I'll pull the door to, but not shut it, and I do so slowly to make sure it doesn't the wind blush all the
it's almost
salt
like
everywhere.
I'm waiting to screw you over.
Right. I say, you see this line of salt, for indeed that is what it is.
And it's not customary.
Oh no, not at all. Check the windows. And if there is more than one window, I'll go to one and assume he'll go to the other and see if there are salt lines across the windows as well.
Yes, there is also a salt line in front of the... What do you call like that? It's like a little tiny elevator for putting things in.
A dumbwaiter?
Yeah, there's a dumbwaiter, and it is also salt lined. Like, there is no way to get into the room without crossing the line.
Seeing that, it's more of a reaffirmation of, ha! You see, in our line of work, salt can be used to ward off evil spirits from making entry through entryways. I believe this has been done very, very deliberately. For some reason, somebody was protecting this particular room from evil and darkness.
And we don't think the old lady feeding the pies to our other friends has anything to do with this.
Well, either she is responsible for the lines, or the lines are very probably here to stop her. What we need to do is find out if she is responsible for awkwardly rearranging the other rooms. If she is, then no doubt it is to ward her from getting in.
So we should do that and stop them from eating the pies.
Well, why don't you go down and act as a distraction against the consumption of pastries, and I will search the room to see if I can figure out exactly why they didn't want this room interfered with.
I will. Okay. So I'm going to slowly open the door and head to the kitchen.
Oberwindbag.
That's it. Hey, he's wordy.
He likes it. I like it.
So Emery's probably gonna see Hothar pass by.
Yeah, at this point,
yeah.
you've been staring at the penny being like, oh, shit. Like,
So as I pass him and say, Emery, help Oberdon. He's on to salt things. I'm just going to keep going without saying any more.
Well, that's not good. And I'm just gonna go right to it, assuming I know what that is.
Okay. If I hear somebody coming up the stairs, I'll usher to the side of the door carefully to avoid being seen. Because I have no clue who it is coming up there. I'm assuming it's not
so as you
Horthor.
approach the door, Oberdon is missing.
Yeah, no, I would assume, having been together a while, just be like, Oberdon, it's just me.
Yep.
Quickly, Emery, come in the room. Be careful of the salt line across the door.
Right, always.
Okay. Is it a fair assumption to know that Emery would know what I know about salt?
Oh, yeah. Of the two of you, if it's a knowing thing, he probably does it better than you do.
Right. So I'm not going to waste any time trying to explain it to him.
The salt.
Yeah.
Whoever did these salt lines was not just deliberate, but they were thorough and they were good. One of the common mistakes that you'll see people make when they try and line rooms with salt is they'll use too little, or they'll use too much because then it gets everywhere and it stops making a line. This is the correct amount of salt. It's solid. It's a thick line. It goes not just through the like in the doorway. It's in front of the doorway, so you can properly line it to both ends. Whoever did this knew how to properly salt line. Right.
Okay. I want to. So what is in the room?
This is the master bedroom. There is there's a waterbed.
Wow.
There's
Like
this is the only ranch you've seen.
They are the waterbed I've ever seen.
Right, like this is not the only ranch you've ever seen, but in this area, right? Like they clearly have a monopoly, and it clearly paid them well.
Right.
Everything here is very nice, very organized. There's clothes. There's the waterbed. There's like books and the books, if you take a look at the shelf to see what they are, there's a couple of them are interesting reads to Emery that have to do with like the bloodlines of demons or bloodlines of angels. Nothing like, oh my god, what are you doing reading this book, right? Just things that it becomes immediately apparent to Emery that these people are both very spiritual and also very educated. And also, there's a lot of like worship or like sacred tomes and stuff for somebody who would worship Aladamara, the god of chaos and randomness and chance and luck.
Okay. Well, as I said, I would like to search. I'll check under the bed and any drawers, shelves, cupboards, anything like that. I want to give the room a thorough searching to see if I can see anything at all that seems like it would be protected or...
All right, lay it on me. Roll them sweet bones.
All right, then. Let's have a look. Let me pop up a character sheet real quick. Pull it out to the side. Here we go. All right. All right, detective. Scroll.
You open the dice pane also.
I will before I roll, yep. All right.
The tension is killing me.
It's killing me because I can't find the damn skill on the sheet.
Search?
That's what I'm looking for.
After one.
Oh, there we go. I've got it. Okay. All right, let's get the dice pane down.
How about that alphabet core?
Hey, you can't talk, mister.
That's the joke. That's the joke.
All right. Okay. Here goes nothing. A 20 total.
All right.
Total.
So on his side of the room, you will find a loose floorboard that is like actually loose, and in that floorboard you will find a very expensive bottle of scotch.
Oh dear.
or whatever it would be called in a setting that didn't have Scotland to make scotch.
Highland whiskey, northern whiskey.
of Highland barley liquor. And then you will also find a hefty bag of coins. And you will find a stack of scrolls that you can't quite make out from here because they're rolled up, but they look like they have artwork on them.
Okay.
And on her side of the room, you will find no such hidden things.
Okie dokie. I'll pull them out without any misconceptions of hiding anything from Emery, and toss him one of the scrolls, like, just take a look at this. And I'll put the others on the bed. I will deposit the expensive scotch into my backpack, and glance in the coin purse and make a rudimentary assessment of the amount of money.
Somewhere between 300 and 500 coins.
Gold?
Sorry, gold.
Okay.
I'm so used to playing in Underworld where there's just coins.
Right. Meat. Alright, cool. So I like... shh. Okay. I will stash that money on my person. I haven't decided at this point. If I figure out who it belongs to and that they're still alive, they'll very probably get it back. If that doesn't happen...
I'm going to steal it in case they're dead.
That's right. I'm going to look after it for the owner, should they be found living.
Gonna untie and unravel this here scroll. Gotta take a look at it.
Okay. So, of the scrolls, the first one that you unwrap is going to be, let's say that if it was on television, it would be censored. Very censored.
Oh.
So it's a lewd scroll.
It's a very lewd scroll. Specifically of succubi. Several.
Oh. Okay.
How many scrolls are there in total?
Do I recognize the succubi?
Roll me knowledge religion.
Okay.
Yes, it's Mavis.
Is it my mom?
No, it's not your mom. On a 21, they are articulately drawn specific, like you recognize the various species and strains of succubi. They were drawn by somebody who has clearly had the chance to study succubi.
Okay.
What a great job.
It's not roll.
How many actual scrolls are there in total?
Anatomically correct.
Ooh. I would say this. You could sell this on market for about anywhere between 12,000 and 15,000 gold pieces.
Really? I just had it laying around in my attic. I had no idea it was an antique. How many actual scrolls are there?
There are 4 scrolls.
All right. Well, after seeing that one, I will peruse the second scroll then. And they're laying on the bed, so...
Roll me a D100 and call high or low before you do.
Low. Oh, hang on. I'm a player. High. All right, here we go. Oh! Should have stuck with the first one. Okay.
So you are not so lucky. It will be another painting, but this will be very grotesque and very like it's depicting some sort of creature that is having its way with people who it should not be, in ways that no creature should be able to have ways.
Okay, I'll look at it kind of awkwardly and sideways and say, "Look at that, disgusting."
That looks kind of like an Eastern painting. I'd say probably something. Oh yeah.
Based on your previous knowledge religion check, I'll just use that one roll for this whole scenario. This is also a very specific form of demon.
Okay.
Specifically, this is a form of demon that if you improperly attempt to summon the first forms of demons, you might get this instead. Imagine it of like the trap card of the demon world. It gets its victims and it persists because you fuck up the succubus summoning a little bit, and suddenly, surprise, it's this thing's turn.
Oh.
Got you.
Whoops. Okay, so that one's kind of like a. If you're really into that sort of thing, I guess. Okay.
Right. Yeah.
Okay. So then there's the other two, right?
Yes.
I imagine we're probably just gonna undo these and put them out.
So the other two are not artwork. They are in fact scrolls. One of which is an educational script on summoning.
Okay.
And the other one appears to be some sort of demon's lineage.
Ooh.
Like, if you had to guess these things side by side, like all four, somebody was clearly attempting to research and uncover an identity of a demon.
A demonic family tree, as it were.
Yeah, it's incomplete, as it would be. In order to get this sort of information, you would need to be summoning demons and querying them, and that's not simple.
Could we not just swab the inside of their mouths and send it off for a DNA test?
Ancestry.com.
DNA tests illegal in the year 2052.
All right. Okay. I care not for picking them up. So I will leave them to Emery if he wants them, and I will then leave the room, but still very carefully making sure I don't disturb the line of salt. And I'm going to head downstairs.
All right. So, Emery, is there anything you want to do before we shift the camera?
Well, I'd like to get out my pocket Oracle and just just take some extra pictures of the scrolls.
Pocket Oreo. It's got a little bit of fluff stuck on it. You dust it off. And
yeah, no. It's a pocket Oracle, you know? It's anyway. No, isn't an Oreo a type of bird? Anyways.
I thought you said pocket Oreo at first. I was like, what?
No.
It's like pocket sand, but more delicious?
Pocket sand. No, I'm probably just going to take a moment to sit and think about the situation here, because we've got clearly demonic summoning stuff, lines of salt all the way around the room. The rest of the house is all mixed up. We have that lady downstairs who, according to the books that we have on the wall, the Elitamara stuff, it wouldn't be out of the question that she is related to the people who own the house in some fact. So I'm just stewing on this.
Okay, so you're just going to sit there and mull over it.
Yep.
All right, so Hjorthurk, not Hercules, but Hjorthurk. I mean, I understand the confusion, right?
I would have, while all that was going on upstairs, I would have gone downstairs into the kitchen tentatively, kind of peek my little head around the corner and be like,
this pie is delicious.
All right, Dudley, here's the next phase of your training. Yeah. Let's see who could eat this next piece of pie the fastest.
Well, I'm gonna win.
All right, you're on.
Dudley, Otto, can I see you outside for a second, please?
Yeah, can we just finish this wonderful piece of pie?
This is very, very important. It has to do with life and death.
So does this training.
Well, you can leave it here, have it after I'm done with you. Just please come with me.
All right. Otto. We gotta. Hey, no, you can't cheat. You can't do that. That's
I'm sorry. That was
cheating.
bad. Yes.
Put it out. Spit it out. Put it back on the plate.
I'm sorry. Yes, of course. I'm gonna.
All right. I didn't want to have to do that, but you forced my hand. Ma'am, we will return shortly. Please just give us a moment.
Go right ahead. It's fine. I'll be right here.
And I'm gonna come around the corner and be like, What could you possibly need right this moment?
Outside. Ma'am, do you mind? Your name's Annie, right?
Yeah.
That was it, right?
He doesn't know. He doesn't know.
Just wait right here. We'll be.
I'll let you decide if that was me not knowing or her not knowing.
Okay. So I'm just gonna kind of push Dudley and Otto out the front door.
Are you okay?
Yeah. Just something I need to do. It's a very simple monk tactic, Just over here. I learned it from my father.
Monk tactics. That sounds neat.
Judo chop.
So I'm actually gonna look at Dudley first and kind of put my hands on his shoulders because we're kind of the same height.
Whoa.
And then put my hand on both his cheeks. spread his mouth just slightly with my thumbs. Take 2 fingers and jam it into his...
And I throw up, I guess.
That's what I'm trying to do.
Oh my god.
I'm going to step back.
Arthur! What was that all about?
You just like look at the mess that I have created.
What kind of technique is that?
Oh, it's a good one. You show me how to backflip, and I'll show you how to do this. Come here, Otto. Let's go.
Don't do it. Look
Well,
at me.
Dudley says not to do it, so I think I'm going to trust the little guy. Why would you have wanted him to do that? Just use your words.
Okay, look. It's bad form to get into a fight in an unknown area on a full stomach. Afterwards.
Oh, I'm very far from full, my friend.
Just trust me. It's better for your dexterity and your maneuverability.
Hey, Hirthik, roll me bluff.
Yeah, because I know what's good for my dexterity as I backflip.
And Otto, give me a sense motive.
Okay.
Oh.
There it is. Let's go.
20.
Okay. Otto, Hjorthork is clearly
Natural
not saying what he
20.
wanted to say.
Yeah.
It has a good reason to not say it, and you're gonna catch on that he's trying to make this sound normal, but also that he was really hoping to just buy his bullshit.
Okay, I'm gonna take 2 really quick steps up to him, so I'm like almost to the side of his head, but right in his ear. Be like, Thurk, if there's something important you need to tell me, just say it. It's okay. And I'm gonna like attentively listen.
Pie's bad, you idiot.
What do you mean?
We think there's something wrong with the pies.
What do you mean?
Like, not, like, is it not? No, I was gonna.
I talk.
I knew where I was gonna go.
Is it not vegan?
But why? That's what I was gonna say, but I didn't want to say anything to you about it. Well, okay. So, like, am I in some sort of danger?
I don't know, but I don't trust that old lady, and neither should you. And she baked those pies, and that whole house is wrong. Just let me make you vomit.
That was not how I saw that sentence ending.
Are you sure that they're bad? Because I mean, yummy in my tummy right now, to be honest with you.
You know the potatoes around this damn place are nasty as hell. And you're seriously enjoying those pies. That doesn't strike you as odd.
And I'm just gonna go like that and just like,
I'm gonna try again to instigate the gag reflex.
I'm not gonna make you roll to force your party mates to vomit. Unless they are resisting.
No, I'm gonna let
If
them
they
do
were
it.
resisting, I would invoke a roll, but I'm pretty certain as a dwarf you're very accustomed to the functions of vomiting. Alright.
That was racist.
You can guesstimate that humans vomit similarly to dwarves.
Okay, I figured as much.
All right. Well, he makes me vomit.
And I step aside so it doesn't get on me. And I look back to the window to see if I see the old lady, kind of like if she's looking at us or aware of what we're doing.
She's at the window, like just not like intently staring at you. She is horrendously confused. Like she just watched you force 2 people to vomit and just not like, oh no, I've been ruined. It's just like, what in the 9 fucks is happening right now? It's like etched all over her face, like what? And then like you look up and she sees you looking up at her, and then she tilts her head. And unfortunately, Hirthirk,
No.
now she's interested. This is weird. And so she's... You alright?
No.
We are about to embark into the dark forest where we might be gotten. And it would be best if we do it with a healthy appetite to return. Does that make sense? You know,
not really.
well-satiated warriors, they don't have the thirst to return to eat. And it's better for us as an efficiency thing to want to return to eat. And you don't do that on a full stomach. It's a dwarf custom, done in the Underdark, where I'm from.
I've never been to Dwarflands.
I would say come during springtime, it's lovely, but the whole place is a shithole. It was rent in two. There's no more left.
You're gonna clean that up, right?
Yeah, you're gonna clean that up, right?
Sure.
Vomit?
What?
Yeah.
What a good lad! And then she'll run back into the kitchen, like.
So I'm just gonna like quickly kick some dirt on both piles, kind of like haphazardly, just covering it.
Well, if you think that she's so bad, why don't you just confront her and be honest and upfront about it?
Waiting for the other people in the party.
Where are they? Where are they? What are they doing?
They're investigating your salting practices.
What? All right.
What's
On
that?
that note, let's cut the camera.
Yeah.
Oberdon, what
Okay.
are you up to?
What I was doing, obviously coming downstairs after investigating the room. At what point do I come downstairs? Are they already
You'll
out?
come downstairs when, like, the old lady is very satisfied that the dwarf has decided to clean up the vomit. It's like, what a nice lad. And she'll just return to rearranging the kitchen.
Okay.
Right.
The pies. Is there still any pie to be had?
Yeah, they've only had. I think you guys only had 2 slices, and then with the second 2 slices you tried to eat but didn't finish. So there's 4 slices out of an 8-slice pie. Miss half a pie is missing.
Okay.
Is present. The pie is half full.
I'll walk over and kind of glance at it and say to the may I have a slice?
Of course. Yes, help yourself. Yeah. Here's the dish. I think the dish is in the fridge. We don't have a fridge. What's a fridge? So here. Yes, the dish is here.
All right. I'll get a slice and then I'm going to dissect it with my fork. Like,
Okay.
pull it apart, take the top off, and kind of push through it and examine it to see if I can see anything suspect about it.
The anatomy of a pie will be revealed unto you with a search roll.
All right.
There's a finger. Arya Stark is there. Oh.
It's a piece of Hjorthurk. The Hjorthurk you have
25 total.
on it. 5.
Yeah.
So there's crust, very flaky, very well-made crust. Probably made from like reserves of grain that were here in this very, you already know they have money, so of course they're gonna have access to like import stuff. The potatoes are clearly from this region, right? But there's an ample, and I mean ample, amount of spices and herbs that have been gone into this. But you can find there's no like bugs or eyeballs or like Hjorthurks to be found in the pie.
So yeah, so there's nothing suspicious.
Not visually, no.
Okay. After I'm quite content, I'll look at her and just give her a big smile, and then I'll take the smallest of bite and.
Son of a bitch.
It is delicious.
I will like just smash it.
Whatever it is that she puts in this pie with the spices is what you're guessing it is, has managed to make it so it does not taste like shitty potatoes.
Is this a thing? Could it be true?
It tastes like garlic and oregano and deliciousness.
Have we found the one good pie?
One pie to rule them all. I'll look at the ring and see if there's any elven writing on it.
in the pie dish, you find cursed letters. No.
Okay.
Probably about this time we return inside again, and I see
Oberdon eating the pie.
and I just go,
Oh, I start running and I tackle him. Oberdon! Like trying to get him to
You
throw
will
up.
startle
Okay.
the old lady, and she will like a pan and a spoon will just like fly up into the air. She'll be like, ah! And then it'll like she'll turn around and see that everything's be like, oh, clang.
Oberdon, you gotta throw it up! And I'm trying to get into like his face and do the thing that Hjorthurk did.
In that case,
Please,
I'm gonna just
get
kind
the
of
throw it
put
up.
my
Do the
hand,
technique.
put my hand on Dudley's face and just push him away.
Please, the technique!
It's fine. I've not actually started consuming the pie as of yet. I was about to.
Oh. I'll try.
I'm
Alright,
still
spit
going to
it out.
swallow the mouthful that I had,
Oh,
but I won't eat anymore.
I'm gonna look over at Hjorthurk.
He did it.
You did it.
I just have my hand.
Oberdon, gain a pie point.
1 pie point.
1 pie point.
Oh wait, what happens to our pie points now that we've vomited them up all over the floor?
It's too late.
Oh, okay.
Too late.
Okay.
Pie points, all right?
Just wanted to know.
In addition to that, you are also felt with this. You also feel this, like you are filled with this sense of subtle. In your case, it's very low key, but it's anticipation. Something will happen. You don't know when. Not as a result of the pie. You just feel ready for something to happen.
Okay.
I'm gonna look pleadingly at Emery, and I'm just gonna say,
Emery's not here.
Yeah, Emery's still upstairs.
Emery's still upstairs?
Yes, he's. I believe the word was mulling.
Mulling.
Oh, he mulls. Okay,
Mulling.
I didn't realize Emery mulls. Okay,
I'm gonna change
put it in my diary.
I'm gonna change create water to produce cup of tea.
Instead, I'm gonna look pleadingly at Oberdon, who's probably not facing me, and I'm just gonna saddle up next to you and just kind of in a low voice say, "Are you sure eating the pie is the right choice, considering all the suspicions we have?"
The record on a 25. I will tell you there is no salt in the pie.
Okay. Makes sense.
It's not good for your hypertension.
I see. No, I was more, investigating the pie than eating it.
Well, those two had plenty and became compulsive eaters, if you will. I made them purge.
I suppose now we'll have the perfect, set of experimental people. You've had none. I've had a very small amount. They've had a lot. We'll see what happens.
May I jump in and say I was not compulsorily eating? I just had a slice of pie.
I had 2.
But I must say the pie was delicious. My compliments to the chef.
Thank you. I worked on that recipe for all of about a while, I think. Yes. Yes. It was based on the mistress's recipe.
The mistress? Who's the mistress?
Oh, you know, the mistress. And she'll, what was this? She says, Miss Cena.
Miss Cena. Oh, yes. And with that, I'm going to pick up and jab the corners of my mouth after eating the pie. Yes, what was your relationship with the people that live here at the ranch?
Oh, you know, they live here. I clean.
You're their housekeeper, is that right?
Well, they were. I haven't seen them in a bit.
Where did they toddle off to? Where did they go?
Oh, they don't tell me those things. I just clean.
How long ago was it that they left?
An amount of time that's suspiciously placed at the beginning of the gardening, the DM will tell you.
Oh.
What did I say? It was about a month?
Yeah.
He says, I suppose it's been about a month of your time, yes.
And, Mistress Cena, I assume she was married to a Mr. Cena as well.
Yes,
Did they have any offspring?
What did he say?
Did they have any offspring?
Oh, yes.
How
the
many?
kids. The little ones, the 3.
3 children.
3? 1, 2... 1 less than 4, 3. Yes, 3!
And, sort of age groups, how old were they? Roughly. I'm sure you don't know exactly.
Small. I'm led to believe they were supposed to be big. One day.
Oh, they're supposed to... You're led to
I've never
believe that
seen
they're
them
going
grow.
to grow. You do speak in strange riddles. Where do you come from? How long have you been in the service of the Cena family?
I've been in service of the Cena family for... One less than 4 is 3. 300 years.
You have been in their family for 300 years. Presumably you work
I've
for...
served them. We're not related.
No, but presumably you took care of, the current Mr. and Mrs. Cena. You took care of their parents and their parents before them and their parents before them. Is that right?
Yes, it was Pompadour Cena the Third who actually hired me. Yes. He vanished.
May I ask you somewhat personal, and possibly you may take it the wrong way, but I mean it with no disrespect. Are you exactly, as you appear, and such as myself, and, Octavius, and,
Hey.
my, fellow companion that is upstairs, Emily, are you in fact human? Or some other kind of, exotic race?
I wouldn't
Whoa.
call myself exotic. That's very racist of you.
Well,
Are you allowed
as
to
I
ask
said,
that
that's why I
question?
pretexted by saying what I said. Obviously, we typically don't have the luxury of living 300 plus years, you see.
You don't.
No.
I suppose that would explain where everybody went, wouldn't it?
They probably died of old age.
Oh, that's terrible.
Yes, it is a sad thing.
Oh.
Us humans live a very short and brief, but very, bright life.
I rather liked Pompadour.
Well, I'm sure he was very fond of you as well.
Sometimes, yes.
Do you not realize the blood everywhere?
Oh, I know that every time there was liquid spilling from you, everybody panicked. You're not supposed to leak, is what I've been gathering. Unless it comes from the eyes. Nobody likes that either.
Or the bladder. That's supposed to happen, but it's not particularly considered polite.
The what?
Well, you see, humans have this thing inside. And if you don't stop him, he is going to explain it.
Does anybody step in?
No.
No, I don't
We
think
have
it will.
this thing inside of us, and as we consume liquids and beverages, it accumulates in this. Basically, it's like a flesh bag inside of our body, and all the nutrients are removed, and then when it gets too full, we urinate copious amounts of liquid. Discard it, as it were.
So you're only supposed to leak sometimes.
Yes.
Not the red stuff, you know. That's the
That's right. That is what we don't like to leak.
Right, okay. I was good, yes. Excellent. I like being correct.
Okay. With
what
that,
are you?
well, it's a lovely kitchen you have here. I must admire it. And I'm going to get up and poke around and see if I can find any salt anywhere.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, the salt is the only thing in the kitchen that is where you would expect it to be.
In the salt shaker?
In like a bag.
Okay.
Yeah,
Like a department, yeah.
I will subtly reach in and take a small pinch in my left hand and hold it.
Mhm.
Any flowers anywhere?
Flowers?
Yeah, as in picked flowers.
It's the wilderness. Yeah, sure. There are flowers. There's a vase with some
Okay.
dandelions or something in it.
I'll go over and pick it up and stand in front of her and I say, "Oh, look, dandelions. These are some of my favorites." And then I'll have a subtle sniff and then go, "Excuse me." Yes! And then I'm opening my hand, and I'm sneezing the salt into the woman's face.
Okay, so she'll snap her head back like she's been hit in the face with a stick, and then snap her head back and look at you, and it's like sizzling.
So her flesh is
yeah,
burning.
Like it burns
Oh
her,
my
right?
god.
I say, Emily! Emily! Come downstairs. We have work to do.
So, Emery's gonna come running downstairs with a stack of the books that they had that were mostly the demonic collecting ones, and the Book of Elitamara is like half turned through, and I have my hand kind of marking the page I was on, and I'm just running downstairs with these books.
She doesn't take any action against you. She says, "That was very rude."
With that, I'm sure this is, as a player, the wrong thing to do. But as Oberdon, it is the only thing to do. He is ripping out his longsword and pointing it at the woman. Not attacking her, but What are you, you foul beast? That salt should burn you so.
That doesn't happen to you.
Just to make sure, I'll look at my hand and rub some of it on my cheek to make sure that it isn't actually some kind of acidic.
Pompadour, you deceitful bastard!
Okay, does she look like she's actually saying that nonchalantly?
Yeah, like
or
she's
is it
just
she's
like,
actually talking to somebody? Like,
no, she's just like saying that like to herself, like, "Oh, I've been lied to."
Okay.
Oberdon, what are we doing?
Everyone just needs to calm down.
I think your friend has decided I must be slain.
No, I've decided you must answer questions.
Let's start a dialogue.
Okay, then let's do it this way. I'm gonna set the books down on the table, go up, grab that bag of salt, and I'm going to start pouring a line around her.
Oh, she's not gonna let that happen.
Okay,
that's what
she's going to move. Like she will actively move. She'll be like, I don't understand why the hostility. You could just ask instead of skulking around. And
in Adonis' name, woman, you best start talking. Who and what are you?
She says, my name is Annie, and I serve the mistress.
Yes, but what are you?
What are you?
By what form are you bound to this service?
Are you a ghost?
What's a ghost?
Are you some sort of a spectral being that isn't flesh and
no.
blood?
See, the trouble is, Oberdon, she's wearing a holy symbol. She can't be. At the very least, it's a spirit or sprite of some sort. But
she'll motion down to like her symbol of. Oh, she says, "What? Daddy's necklace."
Yes. Why don't you give me Daddy's necklace? Put it on the end of the long sword.
Daddy's necklace.
She says,
I wish to inspect it.
She says, I wouldn't recommend that.
And why? Why is that?
Have you met Daddy?
Clearly not.
He might just arrange us the way the house is arranged.
What does that
mean? If I'm understanding this correctly. Well, you know how normally you have like a liver and a bladder, your intestines and such, your lungs. You might have your liver, your bladder, your intestines, and your lungs.
Your what?
It's not so much. I don't.
Oh, you mean pieces of you?
Yes.
Oh, the pieces.
A little bit of concern. Okay. As to not insult the likely minor deity ahead of us, or in front of us, rather.
Oh, what?
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 Nothing.
Okay.
Here, I'll put this back, and I'm gonna go ahead and put the salt away. Or is this where you wanted it?
I don't touch that.
Yeah, but is this where you would have put it?
If you're putting it back where Oberdon got it, that's where the mistress keeps it. Yes.
Okay.
Well, at the very least, I know that she is non-natural.
Oh yeah.
If she's not evil, I know that clearly she shouldn't be here.
Yeah, she clearly does not hail from this realm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we're not fighting the non-ghost demon thing?
Oh, heavens no, why would you do that?
Not unless it gives us cause to. But I can tell you, nothing natural is burned by salt in this fashion.
So what did you do to the pie?
I baked it.
You did something else. From your neck of the woods.
I baked a pie?
See, there's nothing.
So I made them throw up for nothing?
You made us throw up for nothing?
You made them throw up for nothing? You lied to me. You deceitful bastard.
I don't trust you because you're not from here. It's simple.
Of course I'm from here. I've been from here since before you were born.
Only by about 160 years thereabouts.
Only.
I live longer than these humans.
You're the outsiders here.
Hey, real quick, I'm gonna look back at the group. Do we know who Daddy is?
Daddy wasn't there.
I have reason to believe.
Do we know? Should
that
we
is actually Litamara.
I'm not certain Daddy knows who he is. Yes.
Exactly.
What's happening with
Who's your daddy?
And what does he do?
Works at Nintendo.
No.
Get you banned.
Listen, Annie. You're aware that people are being gotten, right? And death is happening around here.
Death?
Yes, the bad stuff is spilling out of the people.
Oh, people are leaking. That's tragic.
Yes, and you're aware that that possibly happened here.
I know it did.
So
I
why don't
stopped
you
the
help?
leaking. You were here. You helped.
Yes.
But there's in the woods. There's more.
There is. I don't go there.
Why not? You're
Because I
you're
serve
old.
here. Why would I? Why would you go to the woods? There's a house. I live here. The mistress does not need me there.
Did the mistress ever need your help in her own quarters?
No, I am not to touch the quarters. I did once. They did not appreciate it. They like their things in the correct place.
Seems to me an odd way to.
Sounds like we just need to go to the woods.
I'm gonna pull Emery aside and just whisper quietly. Perhaps we should show her the pictures of the succubi and see if she knows what they are.
Okay, I'll go get them.
Oh, you didn't bring those down?
No, I brought the books.
You didn't want the fantasy porn? Come on.
No, I didn't want those.
Have you put the sword away yet?
No. I am
Okay,
too...
in that case, she will just like very inconspicuously arm herself with a frying pan.
Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of holding it in my hand. It was kind of pointing directly at her. Now it's more just kind of lowered down in a less threatening position, but it is still between me and her.
She will mirror your stance. You get the idea that she doesn't know why you're taking that stance. She's deduced loosely that was meant to be a threatening gesture, but you get she might not know. She might not understand swords, right?
She may not have no fear of swords.
Like she's like mirroring your motions. She's learning from you.
Right. I stab myself with the sword. No.
She's a machine learning.
Emery goes and gets the scrolls.
Yeah. I'm gonna grab all
Elon
of them.
Musk.
All right. So she you get them. You bring them down.
Yes. And then I'm gonna basically open them up, kind of in the order we did, on the table, and just kind of like line them up and be like,
Where did you get these?
they were placed in an odd, contrary to what they've instructed you, a very odd location in their room, under the floor, which is usually where you don't want your things. And they seem to be
in the mistress's room.
yes, on the mistress side.
On the master side.
The master side.
John, you deceitful bastard.
You seem to say that a lot. Do you know what they are? These scantily dressed creatures
They are
from
bad.
hell.
They are bad, and he is not supposed to have them. Mistress was very clear.
The mistress was fully aware that he was dabbling in the demonology.
In what?
Quick question for DM memory doesn't serve. 2 of them were tieflings, not all 3.
Not all 3. One of them more so than the other.
Okay.
Yeah.
And his likeness wasn't demonic at all.
No. The master's likeness is not demonic, nor is the child's, nor is the mother's.
Mm-hmm. So the other 2 are likely. That's one way to have an affair.
A what?
Children out of wedlock? How do I explain this? Yeah, secret romantic relations with outside beings?
Oh, you mean like another master?
What are you talking about, Emily?
I'm sorry, in my work, this is usually what I've seen is when they say there's something wrong in the house, it's something very personally not demonic. But in this case, it's a little mix of both, I think. I'm putting together here.
Spit it out, man. What do you know that we don't?
He's studying how to summon demons. He's got a demonic lineage chart. He's trying to find a particular one, and then, based on his little gallery here, it would seem he's seeking them out for romantic encounters. And if you look at his own personal family lineage, they increasingly grow more and more demonic, which implies that he's finding stronger and stronger bloodlines to tap into. That was not a pun.
What do you mean? How do you know that his family is becoming more demonic?
Oh, well, the children, obviously.
What about the children?
Oh, they have hellblood.
They're of mixed blood.
What kind of mixed blood are we talking about?
The black.
Succubi, I would assume. Roughly 3-4 generations back.
I see. This would have been information that would have been extremely useful about, I don't know, an hour ago.
It takes time to come up with these things, yes?
Okay, Annie.
Yes.
Is there another secret room in this house where that went on?
Or what went on?
The secret coitalness.
The sex?
Sure.
I mean, we have lots of secret rooms.
Why don't you show them to us?
I'm not supposed to.
Well, everyone you serve is dead, so help us.
I would kind of thinking that with granted.
It's not confirmed that they're dead yet, but perhaps if they're not dead, we could be of assistance in finding them, but we would need your help first.
So me helping you see the secret room I'm not supposed to help you see will help you stop the mistress from leaking?
Yes, precisely.
Oh, okay.
Can we just hold up a second? How does this relate to the boy that was dying and we took him to the church?
Well, I think that's pretty obvious. That's something that
I
he
don't
encountered in the
understand.
forest.
Oh, did he encounter a succubi? Is that what we're saying?
We don't know exactly what he encountered, but it was something in the woods and he came running here for help.
I mean, usually encounters with succubi are not leaking red.
Then I don't
Not red.
understand.
Perhaps
Are these two
black.
things connected or not?
I have reason to suspect they might be if we have what might be, this house seems to be a sort of demonic fount, as it were. They have a lot of direct evidence supporting the idea that they're opening mouths to hell to spit out demonoids to make offspring with. And if that's the case, and based on some of the other artistic depictions, he might be accidentally, or maybe not accidentally, bringing in other things to play with. They might have gotten out, and if this is the source, we'll be better prepared to understand what it might be that's happening to people out there. He was touched by an outsider and given horrific views of what other people were. We were dead people he knew. That's some kind of demonic curse, and it was being lightened and lessened by the presence of holy things. So
Wow.
it's very likely this needs to be investigated. In the off chance it doesn't need to be investigated, I'd rather have it be investigated so we know we don't need to investigate.
You sound like you read a lot.
I'm sorry.
Sign me up.
She
Sign
says,
me up.
Pompadour read a lot. I like reading people who read. Readers. Do readers leak?
Readers leak.
With their eyeballs.
Writers.
Now, about these rooms.
Yes, just this way. And she'll head down into the basement. And she says, now, the first one is just over here, but I can't. And she'll push in one of, like, the stones on, like, the cobblestone wall at the far back of the wine cellar. And it'll be like a classic D&D secret door and a giant salt line preventing her from entering.
Ah.
She says, this is Master's secret room.
Yes,
They have his and hers secret rooms.
Yes.
Wow.
Alright, same as before, then I will carefully step over the salt line and peruse the room with a squint.
Roll me squint. Search.
Full of suspicion.
Ooh.
Oh,
Nice.
11. Less searchy. That was less searchy than normal.
Almost.
Well, there's a lot of awe, you know.
Almost. In your certitude, you will be drawn to. Okay, so there's a desk. There's like a quill, some unused paper. There's a knife stabbed into the table. There's like what do they call those like wooden poles that you use to train swords on?
Oh.
Training.
Well, a post, but yeah.
Yes, there's a post, and it looks well used. And it looks like whoever used it was very mad.
Mm.
And then there's the bookshelf, and the bookshelf is what is like it's basically the only important thing in here, other than somebody came in here to read and write and get mad at a stick.
Do we go down any stairs to this room?
No, this is literally on the opposite side of a stone wall.
Okay, so
She took away my bet.
regarding the proximity of the house, is it feasible that there could be anything beyond the bookcase, or would that probably just be the outside wall?
So that's what you're investigating, and you go to see if the bookshelf will move, and you will inadvertently trigger a trap, and a bucket of holy water will be dumped on you from the ceiling, doing nothing but making you look frumpy and wet. But it is rather sudden.
Huh.
Interesting. I'll stand there and hello. Water.
Has it ever bothered you that they can get access to holy water? Like, anyone can? Like, does it... I don't know, it just disturbs me. You can do your business with a succubus and then just go to the temple the next day. Oh, nobody...
I'm really curious to
right,
find
you're
out if
right,
she
Emma.
burns
She
with
said,
holy water.
That drops, and she will say, "Ooh, Master's going to be upset."
Yes,
Hands on that stuff. I don't know why it's just water.
So they were afraid of demons reading the books.
Well, now that you can see the books up close, there are a lot of holy texts. More of these holy texts are some of them contain demonic lineages. But the majority of these are texts that you would assume would be held by somebody who wanted to hunt them. There's how to kill a demon, how to deal with a succubus infestation, all the historical accounts that that are written down about that one era where a succubi turned out to have replaced the chancellor for 20 years, right? Like all of these things and all of words written by people who have successfully hunted succubi and words from people who did not successfully hunt succubi.
Slight change of opinion, but not too far.
Yeah, I've got theories forming in my head.
There is a small, naturally dug out staircase that leads to a trap door that you would assume leads to outside.
Like a exit room.
Like the bookcase does in fact move. It's just that it's
goes out.
Moving trap.
Right.
How about the other room, Obadon?
The other room. Was there 2 secret rooms?
Yes, that was the master's secret room, which the mistress did not know about, and the mistress's secret room, what the master did not know about.
Yes.
I'm very good at keeping secrets, except for with
Healthy
the master.
relationship.
Why am I telling? Oh yes, because they're leaking.
Everyone needs their
Perhaps, Heothric and Octavius and Dudley, you can go and investigate that room while we peruse this a little more.
All right, let's go.
Okay.
Sorry.
Lead the way, Annie.
Yes, very well.
Let's go.
And she'll if you could do me a favor, and she'll motion at the water on the ground in the bucket. She says, "Try and organize that. I can't reach it."
What? Okay.
and then she'll turn, and she'll head, and she'll lead you to the second floor up with the painting.
I think we can devise this as the new bucket spot, and that is the water spot. All organized.
All organized. And so she'll lead you up into the very room with the painting. And there will be, this time it'll be like that classic, the whole fireplace rotates.
Sweet.
And there will be another salt line. So she'll the whole fireplace will rotate, and then she'll just stop it with her hand. And the whole mechanism, there's the brick is starting to like scrape, and she just doesn't even seem to be exerting any effort at all to like just hold this whole thing back. With just one hand, she says, "It's in there. I can't go with this all,
Right. Come on, guys.
All right. Well, wait. I'm gonna look up to
wait,
see if there's any buckets of water above us.
There are no buckets of water. above
Okay.
you." She says, "When you want out, it's 1, 2, 3, book."
1,
2,
2, 3.
3,
Book.
Okay.
Oh my god, it's just Shaggy and Scooby Doo, isn't it?
Shaggy and the gang.
I'm gonna enter the fireplace and go into that room.
Okay.
All right. So everybody get in, and then she'll let go, and she says, "Remember, 1, 2, 3," and then it finishes rotating, and you hear from the other side of the room. It's dark.
I take out torch.
Handy dandy torch.
I'm sure I'm always prepared.
I will let you be prepared. Mark off a torch.
All right.
You light the torch, and Otto,
Yeah.
you will feel more at home here than anyone else. There are 2 words to describe what this is. The first word is love, and the second one is nest. There is a soft, luxurious bed in the middle of the room. There's like ashtrays on either side, right? Emery won't even need to pay attention to notice because there's just not even any hiding it. This is the inverse of warding. This is to make certain that only demonic blood can enter or exit, and like celestial blood couldn't.
Oh,
Emery's not in there, is he?
yeah, I'm not in there, so. But thank you for letting me know. I'll
Oh, I
keep
thought you were.
note of that when I get there.
No,
Hold that
Emery-
information for when we go and check it
All
out
that
in just a
information
minute.
When you get more than a 1 on a search check.
Okay.
So I'm immediately gonna start searching the room.
All right, roll me
Yeah.
search.
I'm just gonna look around and be like, well, this is a far cry different from everything else. Oh god.
The rolls continue.
You don't even notice the strange runes around the floor.
The rest of us search.
I'm just walking. I'm just walking around oblivious to
It is a
everything.
very nice bed. The place, I will say, Otto,
Yes.
because you are who you are, I'm not going to make you roll for this.
Okay.
It has been a disappointingly long time since this place has been used.
Oh,
Like, it's dusty.
okay.
And the contrast of, like, who lets their love nest get so dusty? Like,
Shame.
imagine not using a love nest, Otto, right? Like,
Yeah, especially when I'm
Yeah.
like, this is, you know what? And I'm gonna walk over to the bed and like see how cushy it is. Unless I notice something that stops me, but yeah, okay.
it's so nice, though. Like, there's like a billion thread sheets,
Oh.
and like it's soft, but not too soft, right?
Okay. All right, well, I'm just gonna kind of like snuggle into it on my back and be like, all right, well, if you guys need me, I'm gonna be right here checking to see if there's anything on the ceiling above me. It's very important I do this. Of course
Good idea,
there is.
Otto.
Absolutely there is.
So
And then when I look around the room, I'm just gonna essentially like roll to one side to look and roll to one side to the other. I don't want to get off this bed at the moment.
Roll me a search at like a -5 for refusing to leave the bed.
Okay.
Watch this be the second 20 of the night.
Right. Search. I don't know how to do the -5, so we'll just roll this and
We'll
take
just
5
math
off
it.
of
It's fine.
That's still not bad.
Not bad at all.
All right. So while I think of something to give you, you're not Otto. You're Dudley. What are you doing?
Hi, yeah, I'm exploring the room, checking out what's on the walls.
Do you
Not
like
on the
investigating the
ceiling.
drawers?
If there's drawers, yes, I would open
Oh yeah.
them up.
So that is what I wanted to know. So you'll open the drawer, right?
Yeah.
And you will You'll be the one who discovers the lingerie. Because of all the people in the group, you have to be the one who discovers the lingerie.
Oh no, poor sweet Dudley.
Wow. Hey guys,
so
guys,
I'll roll over.
check
What?
this out.
Dudley, absolutely put that down immediately.
Why is
Grant,
this in here?
how big is this house all told? Like you said, it was a large house generally.
It's
right?
a big house.
Not like a mansion though, like just a general large.
It's a little shy of a mansion. It's still big though, yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna say, well, since you're the only one here, Otto, can you answer a question?
Of course I can. I can answer all questions.
Okay. Just say yes or no, please.
Yes, I can.
You humans, when you live with your significant other, is it customary you don't see each other ever?
Ever? Well, that depends. It depends on how long you've been living together for. Sometimes two lives can get so hectic in their own form that they can begin to drift away from each other, and a chasm starts to form in between.
Okay. Short, please.
This is like torture for you, Herothic, because Oberdon, Otto, and Emery all are so long-winded.
I ask only because I find it hard to believe that a husband and wife could be doing these secretive things in the same house and not know of each other's secret rooms.
Have you ever read the novel Mr. and Mrs. Smith? Sometimes you think you know someone and you don't know anything at all. And that's foreshadowing, by the way.
But he said that in character.
Yeah, I sure did. Sometimes some people do absolutely need their own space for things. Now, the extent of what they keep from the other person obviously can be very different. Maybe this was just kind of how they had to survive their relationship or life in general, for that matter.
But
who are we to judge?
I'm no judgment. I'm just trying to make sense of the fact that we have known this Annie lady for a day. She's a servant to these people, and yet she hasn't spilled the existence of secret rooms to the other in the servitude when she told us in the day.
She said she was very good at keeping secrets.
Until we came along and said leaking.
Well, maybe we just had to ask the question. Maybe they didn't know to ask. Maybe she's one of those people that can keep a secret, but if confronted by any sort of question, she has to spill the beans.
You humans are ridiculous. And I'm just gonna walk to the fireplace, and I'm just gonna stupidly say 1, 2, 3, book, and then kind of nudge at what I think would activate the fireplace.
Wow, this wall is super heavy. It's not going anywhere.
So I'm going to spend the rest of my time in frustration trying to activate this fireplace.
The password didn't work, so now we're just going to force it open.
Well, I'm looking for a book that maybe I could have to pull or something.
There is a book. There is a book.
I mean,
you have to reach up to dwarf.
Okay.
Get it right.
Because it's stone. It's a stone thing, right? So I experience with stone works and stone.
Yes, and I will tell you without a roll that there is a another stone that you can push a little bit in next to the book.
Okay, so I'm gonna do that, and then the book, and then
what is that?
Pull, push and pull. That's what I'm doing. I'm pushing the stone.
You pull, nothing happens.
I'm pushing the stone and pushing the book too.
Pushing the book does nothing. The book only pulls.
Turn the book.
The book does not turn. No.
Pull the book.
I'm pulling the book. I'm trying everything, man. I want to get out of this fucking room.
Roll me int.
Okay.
just.
My int is really bad. Oh god.
On a 7. After
I'm flustered, man.
You were gonna get it. I just wanted to know how long. So there'll be this very awkwardly long time where you're like, "What in it?" And then finally, you will push the rock in 3 times and then pull the book, and it will spin, and there will be Annie.
Get
waiting
it?
For you on this
1,
side.
2,
Very, very
3,
friendly.
book.
So I'm saying, you could have been clearer, Annie. No, step aside. I'm just gonna blow past and head downstairs into the basement.
So Dudley, what are you doing with this lingerie?
So I was holding it up and
Put it on, Dudley.
I don't know.
you know.
Wear it.
What is this?
Wear it.
It's a towel. That's a towel.
Well, I know what it is, but why is it down here in the secret room with this bed?
What do you think it is?
They already have a room with a bed. Is this like a guest room and clothes for the guests?
Honestly, Dudley, don't know how to answer that question. That could be yes, in a very broad term. Yes, it's for guests of this room.
Cool.
Yeah. How
I
about
thought
you
I'd never see one of these in person before. Wow.
What is it to you, Duds?
It's a girdle.
It's a girl.
It's a girl?
Girdle.
Oh.
Come on.
Thought you said it's a girl.
I was like, it's a girl.
No. Dudley has had a sheltered upbringing.
So they can, they tuck it in. I've seen my mom wear these things and some other
What?
Oh, Dudley. Okay. How about we just put it back and close the drawer? What do you say, pal?
I just thought it might be a cool Oberdon wanted to see.
You know what? Actually, take it for Oberdon. I would be
I'm gonna stuff it into my.
And that is why I ask questions like, what are you doing with the lingerie? So Yorthurk, you head down aggressively, let's say, to the secret room with the priests who are currently, I assume, investigating the demon hunting books.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And having a little chat when everybody else is out the room.
Okay, so we'll come back before Yorthurk comes in.
Okay.
So you guys are alone in the room.
What do you make of all of it?
Well, one possible theory. Mr. Sheena has a strange and sick, twisted desire for succubi. In an attempt to summon one, he made some mistakes and summoned something more sinister. And now perhaps he was researching, hunting the things to try to put right what he did wrong. Just a theory, of course.
Yeah, but I'd say it's a pretty well-supported theory, and that it has my support.
Well, my biggest concern is we still need to know exactly what that thing is upstairs, masquerading as some glorified housekeeper.
Well, that's the thing. It answers truthfully. It could be demonic, but not maybe the same way most demons are demonic.
Yes.
But if it's wearing a holy symbol, it can't really be
Perhaps it's
from
just not
plane of evil.
evil. Yes.
Right.
I wonder how it interacts with holy water. My assumptions are probably poorly.
Probably.
It's a shame we can't find Mr. or Mrs. Cena. They clearly knew what it was.
Yeah. That or they were just born with Mabel. Maybe she's born with it. Maybe they
it's
just had it
Maybelline.
around. And wouldn't have thought of, like, oh, that's just Annie,
Yes, but then why would they put lines of salt and holy water in places to keep Annie out? No,
that's
they
the thing.
must be
He's-
very
he-
aware.
He knows at this point, yes. At least he does.
And if Annie knew that he was up to no good and disapproved, then why did she do nothing about it?
I don't think Annie has that capacity. Serves more as a servant type. Sprite, maybe. Like, was brought to this plane for a purpose, to serve this family, and that's why...
Are there any rituals or spells that you know of that could help us discern exactly what she might be?
I'd have to take a rest on it.
But you do have something.
That's the thing. It wouldn't be as easy as just knowing. When I searched the house for a presence of evil, she didn't appear as evil.
And that is the assumption, but of course, again, she's burned by salt, and I suspect also by holy water.
We're under the assumption it's an outsider.
But perhaps not an evil outsider.
At the very least, a chaotic one.
Oh, I think that's a fair assumption based on the randomness and the disarray that it likes to live in.
And the little label on her necklace that says chaotic.
It says, I am chaotic. Made in Chaos Land.
Chaos Land.
I represent the Chaos Guild.
The question is, can we trust it?
That's the thing. I think we can. I don't think we should, but I think we can.
This is my assumption also. Every ounce of my being and training tells me that we should put this thing down. That being said, there's something about it. Something less sinister. Perhaps we should keep it around a little longer in order to see if it can't help us ascertain what's going on. But I suspect we should venture into the forest soon and find out what it was that took care of that individual.
Yes, and likely the Cena family. Sorry, sis.
I feel it could indeed be this Mr. Cena is responsible for the, what do they refer to it as, the gottening.
The gottening. Things used to make sense.
I wonder what the others have managed to discover.
Might open
At that point, I wonder what the others have managed to discover, and then at a narratively appropriate time, Hjorthurk will, the door will slide, and Hjorthurk will enter.
In comes Dudley. I've got a thong!
Yeah.
Hey guys, look at this!
A new hat!
I'm gonna enter and immediately look at Oberdon and Emery and be like, I want to leave.
Yes, I think we'll be leaving soon for the forest.
There is a second secret room with a ridiculous 1, 2, 3 book, or whatever that means. And it is another bedroom. And it's...
You mean like a children's book?
It's soft, and it Otto sunk into that bed like he didn't even exist anymore. And I don't understand how you could sleep on something so soft. Just see this good stone bed with a stone pillow or some, rock or something.
An interdimensional resting plane? I've always wanted to see one in person. I'm just gonna go.
Okay, so Emery will take off, right? Emery takes off, leaving a very probably confused Hjorthurk.
Yep.
Right? And you will go upstairs, and there will be Annie. And she'll be waiting. She says, it's 1, 2, 3 book. And then and the whole fireplace will turn, and she'll hold it. And she'll motion. She says, I can't get past the salt.
Right. Thank you.
And what is it that Emery walks into?
I am now lying on the bed next to Otto, going, wow!
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never slept on a bed like this before. It's always just been me and the trees.
You just sleep on trees?
No, I sleep on the ground and look up at the trees.
You don't make some sort of a makeshift resting place or bed?
Of course, I have my blanket, but my father taught me that if your bed is soft, then you're soft. So I don't want...
I'm not going to say I'm disappointed.
This might be nice.
I'm not going to say I'm disappointed.
Hey, Emery.
Emery, roll search. Get higher than a 1.
Okay.
1.
He's gonna roll a 1.
Don't you do it.
Roll a 1.
Don't you
Please
do
don't
it.
roll a 1, Satch.
Come on, Satch.
It's search, right?
Come on, Satch.
Don't you do
Here
it.
it is. Here's my 1.
A 9. You will notice the very obvious, crudely carved runes all around the edge of the room. This is the place you would choose to summon a demon if you did.
Oh.
Is it the demon of comfortable? Because if it is, he's already here.
You two might not want to be in that bed.
Why? Are you jealous?
I'm gonna have to burn it in holy fire.
The things that have happened in that bed.
But it's so comfortable. Can we just like take it with us?
I better get off. My dad would be mad at me.
I'm gonna get up.
Who's been having lewd
Jeez, you
sex
guys-
in a demon in that bed?
I'll kind of start getting up. And be like, you guys don't let us have any fun.
Do you need help?
No, I can get off a bed.
You're synced in pretty deep.
I'm synced in pretty deep, actually. May I please have a hand off of the bed?
Sure.
I'm gonna hold out both my hands.
All right. I'll use a leverage to get up and roll off of it. Ugh.
There's a fan art of that just waiting to happen.
So, are you actually like? Were you speaking literally when you said "burn it in holy fire," or was it just one of your things you say?
Did you bother checking the floor?
I mean, no. It's a
I'm gonna
floor.
point at obvious runes on the floor.
Okay, so yeah.
Of summoning. What have we been doing today? Otto?
Okay, but clearly no one's been summoned in this room for a long time. Watch this, and I'm gonna run a finger on the bedpost and see dust. Hasn't been used in a long time, smart guy.
Okay, when you're dealing with things like demons, the sense of time is kind of different there. It doesn't have to be recent for us. For their stains to still be...
Stains?
This is why I suggest we just burn it.
Anyone got any luminol?
As Dudley realized.
The penny
Run
drops.
towards the end of the stone. and go,
We gotta get out of here.
Just trying to reach the rock.
Start pressing everything, not knowing.
1, 2, 3, buck.
Yeah, having seen Hjorthurk manage his way out, you'll get out,
Okay.
and like Annie will be just like waiting.
Don't go in there.
I can't.
Yeah, I'll wait with Emery and be like, well, okay, are you able to like sort of control the fire? Because what if you set the whole house ablaze?
Yeah, that's kind of the reason we can't do this now. It was more just to clear the room of distractions. So I'm gonna have to take a look over everything, and it's going to be awkward. Please don't watch.
Well, now of course I'm going to. Do you want me to help? I could help.
If you'd like.
Yeah, what am I looking for? More things like the ruins there?
Anything that looks obviously wrong to you, yeah.
Okay, and I'm gonna be thinking like, I don't know what that is, but all right, sure. You just found yourself the #1 helper in the land, sir.
Okay, so I'm gonna like I don't have any help, and I start searching through like drawers and things. I like through the stuff for anything that might have been hidden at the bottom.
So both of you give me a search check, and I'm gonna have Otto roll at a -10 because he has no idea what he's looking for.
Nice 10 this time. Cool. All right.
I don't think you will find anything. If you get a
Minus
decent
10
roll,
for that. Nope. I have a
No,
-3.
you'll find nothing. You will
Okay.
find. You have no idea what you're looking for, but you are
I
helping.
figured. Yeah. That's
you
all
are
I wanted.
definitely
To
a
help.
great helper who is not finding anything. You keep finding things that are completely normal. I mean, like, what's this? No.
Yeah, and I'm
Like-
gonna say like as I'm going through, so Emery knows I'm like, what's under here? What could this possibly be? Like, so he really knows I'm really putting in the effort.
All right,
Are
Emery.
you mocking me? Is that
Is that 11 the search you just rolled?
No.
No.
Of course not. Here, I'll roll a new.
Hey.
22. Why not? Between the two rolls, do I care? No, we'll say it was advantage because you're looking for demon stuff and you're a priest. Watch as I get really anal about which roll we use. So you would choose to summon a demon here because those runes are conducive to it, but you're gonna say after having gone through, there's no signs of an actual summoning. Which is curious because those runes specifically serve the purpose of making this space comfortable to demons or to demonic people. Like Otto's not wrong. The whole room looks like it's basically been entirely untouched. Right down the mirror on the ceiling is dusty, for God's sake. Roughly 17 years, you're gonna say? with a roll of 22, I'll let you get that close. Judging by like the books, like most of which are just like crappy romance novels
The
that were
newspaper
written.
on the desk says.
Yeah, like whatever the
1978.
fantasy equivalent of that would be, like things in the room feel rough, and you can
Okay.
piece the puzzle together. And you will also find that there is a one of the pieces of furniture will slide to the side, and will show it'll slide and there'll be a ladder that you can drop down and exit the outside of the building. So this secret room can also be gotten into from the outside by climbing up the building.
Okay, so if they're not summoning him in, but they have it here for the sake of, I guess, a plane retention type deal. Some low level. What, was it just another tiefling? Otto, you wouldn't happen to know anything about ruining marriages.
Why would you ask me that question? I've never
Well,
been
you
married.
just looked really comfortable in the bed. I'm not saying your own.
Well, of course I was comfortable. Go lay down on it. I dare you. I double dare you.
I kind of made an oath.
I'm not going to be on it. Sorry, Emery, not my type.
Okay, I'm gonna go get Oberdon. Or at least tell him. Not much in here to
Okay, now
take others.
okay, so you walk to the
Oh,
The
I'm actually
fireplace.
gonna check one thing really quick before going back to the fireplace.
okay.
Is there a salt line in front of the ladder where, like, the ladder would be drawn?
Yes.
There is.
Yes.
Okay. Scratch that theory. And none of, like, the lingerie was, like, faux demonic. Like, if I
Faux
put this on you,
demonic.
look like a succubus, like, they're
No.
not, like... the
No, it is
succubus
it is
equivalent of
distinct.
a-
It is
roleplay.
distinctly human lingerie of the styles that were popular roughly 17 years ago.
What a great question for a DM. Is it lingerie a succubus would wear? That's a great
No.
question
It's
for a
like
DM.
because I'm thinking like because at this point I'm just thinking like, is this like the roleplay closet? Like,
Is this lingerie enchanted to make me
That kind of
look-
roleplay?
Would you like to put it on and find out?
yes. No. So theories. Hot take. She doesn't like him looking at this demonic stuff. She's not supposed to have it, but she's kind of in with demons and stuff. She might have gained some kind of demonic something or another.
Yeah, are we sure we've got the rooms the right way round?
Maybe the guy dressed up in lingerie?
Saying maybe this was his room and the
For the
other
record,
room.
if there was a DM who was going to pitch you that, it would be me.
Yeah, I wasn't gonna say anything, but
Because Cena is a sweet transvestite from transsexual Transylvania,
Transylvania.
and okay. I'm gonna go to back towards the other room. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 book as I was instructed.
You will push, pull. It
Yeah.
will open.
Whew.
Annie's waiting. Annie's waiting. Hello.
Are you gonna stay in there, Otto, or should I not come back and check?
well, I mean, is our sleuthing done in here? Did we do it?
Yes, Otto, you were a great help.
Oh, I aim to please, and I will walk out of the room with Emery.
See, when I asked you that earlier, you gave me like a. So you do ruin marriages. Those.
What? No.
I wanted to know if this was something you would know about, because I.
Are you calling me a homewrecker, Emery? I don't like being called a homewrecker.
It
Hey,
seems to be a
bud.
sensitive spot for him.
Thank you, Annie. It's a very sensitive spot for me. She gets it. Why can't you?
I get a lot of things. You can't blame him for not being me.
You really do get a lot of things, and I'm pretty impressed by your wealth of knowledge.
Why, thank you.
You're very welcome.
You're very complimentary.
What did you do before you served 300 years to the Sienna family?
I lounged around, enjoyed the fruit of the vine and the pleasures of the flesh.
My kind of girl. So, whose room was this again, Annie? Since we're
This
here?
is the mistress's secret room, yes.
Wait a minute. Wait a second. Just a penny might have dropped. Andy!
Yes! She'll turn around because Oberdon's now upstairs.
Yep.
Yep.
Well,
Oberdon's
after
upstairs. Cool.
yeah, if you were by now, I'm assuming I would have left the
that's
basement
fine.
if you hadn't.
Oh, that wasn't me calling you out. That was me just establishing that's where the
Yeah, no. But I'm
upstairs,
just
Yeah.
just saying if that's as long as they've been.
Yeah.
Because this penny just drops in Oberdon's head, and he's gonna seek her out. Annie.
Oberdon,
Okay, once he hears her voice, he goes up the stairs.
I'm up here.
Pompadour summoned you, didn't he?
Yes.
Where you're from, did you used to be, a little bit more sinister in your ways?
I find morality to be a very human concept. No, I don't work with demons, if that's what you mean.
Any more?
No, I've never really liked them. Some of them know how to have a good time, and some of them too obsessed with their damn contracts. They get
I
into this
see.
whole claws and teeth and ugh.
Do you know what plane of existence you came from?
Home. I have no idea what you'd call it.
What was home like? Why don't you try to explain it to us?
Would you like to see? Not take you there, I could just show you.
Yes, if it's,
And I'll kind of like look at Emery for like either a no or a yes before I complete the sentence. Like, oh.
Yeah.
I'm
gonna jump in.
Okay.
No, I haven't touched a drop, but it suddenly dawned on me that she's a summoned entity and that, her first master, Pompadour, was the one that summoned her.
I thought we had figured that, but
Well,
you're strong-willed. You'll be able to look at it, I'm sure. I'm gonna close my eyes, though. Okay?
yes, okay, Dudley. Perhaps you could do us a favor, young boy, and pop outside
course.
and check on Renkin Samuelson. Make sure he hasn't buggered off.
Why?
Because he's been out there all by himself for an awfully long time.
Is this so I can leave and you guys can talk about me?
Absolutely not. No, I just cared partially about the well-being of my mule, but more importantly, all the equipment that I left on board him. I'd go
Otto,
myself,
why don't
but,
you do it?
Because I didn't ask Otto, I asked you.
Ooh. Stern.
Yes, sir. And Dudley turns around and leaves.
Sorry, but
The dad voice.
we may see things that are not appropriate for the boy.
Your dad indeed.
Very well, Annie, whatever your real name is, do your worst. Show us where you come from.
She says, oh, if you want to know what I was called before I was called Annie, I could tell you. My name was, and roll a will save.
Oh, okay.
Ooh,
Are we
everybody
all
in there?
rolling?
Are we all doing this?
You hear
Because
it?
I'm gonna hear it. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear it.
You guys know I'm a fan of Lovecraft, right?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Annie, are you okay? Are you? Okay?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. See, that's what. That's right.
Did you get a
what
10?
did
Oh, poor Hjorthurk.
No, wait. I have bonuses on nothing. Shit.
14.
Okay, I get plus 10 on that. Okay. Whew.
Yeah, Emery's way ahead.
So she says her name. They are not syllables that you have the organs to hear or pronounce properly.
Right.
Hjorthurk, being the dwarf and not the human of the group, will find being exposed to that he has a different anatomy that reacts differently. Hjorthurk is just going to immediately black out and vomit and panic attack.
Oh.
Everybody else is fine, but you get like a headache hearing it. You
Right.
don't like it.
Oof. I'm gonna go comfort Gilbert because
What was that? What was that? I didn't like that at all.
So Annie, then everyone, are we on the same page about that?
Yes.
Are we good across the board?
The demon said its true name.
Was it?
Demon? Oh, good God! No, I'm no more a demon than you are a rat.
Well, I've been
So I
called that
speak
numerous
common,
times.
celestial, and infernal. Was it any of those?
Celestial.
It was celestial. Okay.
I do. What? I don't think I speak that. What do I speak? I forget.
So what you would be able to
Yeah, I don't
speak
speak
is
it.
specifically like the mortalized version of it,
Yeah.
right? But yeah, you would recognize like a celestial tinge to that.
Okay.
Is what you're about to show us like what I just experienced?
That's not
unless. Yeah, not unless she shows us a live feed of them talking, a fantasy live feed of
Fantasy live feed.
of what this
Fantasy live
particular plane of fantasy heaven looks like.
For the record, I'm used to like running like a sci-fi game as a DM, and people are like, yeah, it's like my space shoes, and they just like, you know, it's my computer shirt or whatever. I've never had it happen in D&D where people are like, yeah, it's my fantasy live feed, like.
So Annie, please don't show us any talking. It just, I guess, what it looks like, right? Because
Before Annie does anything, I am going to say, holding on to my holy symbol.
Oh, blessed Lord Adalis, please bless us in your presence and protect us from that would harm us in the name of evil.
And I'm casting a bless spell.
Okay.
Which would give all of us a +1 saving throw against any fear effects. And I don't think we'll need the +1 morale bonus on attack rolls, but I'm apprehensive to what we might see.
I just realized I pressed the wrong button on my saving throw, but I'll keep it. Funny.
What did you?
Oh yeah.
I actually did wisdom because I'm used to 5th edition.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
You
my
actually
willpower.
have a saving throw. What was your
Oh, I
bonuses
know, I
on
forgot.
You
mine?
probably got like a 6.
No.
It would have been at least a 6 or yeah.
Yeah, it's
So
still not
that's-
good enough. You had to get a 12.
Okay, cool. I'll take it.
All right. So she will spit into each of her palms and rub them together. Look at her palms and be like, oh no, and then she'll wipe her pits on her palms, and then she'll just hold out her hands. If you'd like to see, sniff.
Okay. I'm going in.
Roll me a will save.
I'm going in on it.
Yeah.
Is this with any pluses from Gore's thing or no? I don't know if that did
No,
anything.
not for.
No, okay.
It's not going to help your will save. It would only help on fear.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Yeah. Here we go. Nice.
Ooh, auto's good.
Nice.
Your turn.
Nice.
Hey,
There
better.
you go.
That's
I know.
better.
I'm also going to be like, well, I wanted to see an interdimensional plane of rest. Ooh!
Ooh.
Oh,
Hey!
great.
Oh,
Who rolls a crit on a
Natural 20!
Hey, Emery's ready.
Oberdon.
You did want to see.
Oh, I'm not sniffing.
Bad for your hypertension?
No, I'm not sniffing anything.
Oh, you're not. Okay.
No. If everybody else is, they can tell me what they see first, and then I'll decide
right.
if I need to see it.
I'll begin this by describing the base thing that each of you see. Each of you will see something different, and I will, if you got higher than a 12, I will let you ask one question or seek one piece of information, and I will show you how you acquire it. And then Emery will get special treatment because nat 20.
Okay.
Who wants to go?
Yay.
Okay, so what you see is simultaneously the most luxurious, tropical, desirable place you could be, but everything is wrong. You ever watched a Marilyn Manson video?
Yes.
Rubs out
It
the
is
video.
so sexy and it is so disgusting at the same time, right? Everything is like that, but not with the sinister, dark, goth bent, just in this madness that infests everything, right? This you will actually, Emery will recognize. Hjorthok, I don't think so, and Otto probably not. From like it looks like Greek paintings, right?
Mm-hmm.
This is like the throne space of Olodumare.
Okay.
And there are beings that, though they show no gender, are distinctly and overwhelmingly lustful to behold everywhere. Just lounging around, like eating grapes, with servants that aren't really people, kind of like automatons moving around, not making any sense, doing what they're not told to do, not doing what they are told to do, providing entertainment. There are games of chance and gambling. There is so much wine, and it is all in this heatless but warm-looking golden glow. Hjorthok.
Yeah.
You do not have to ask something specifically related to what you are seeing.
Okay. Yeah, something specific to what I'm not seeing? Sorry, I'm a little confused. I guess I would want to know what the sky looks like, right? I mean, is that...
The sky looks like the legends of old that you have learned from your father and trying to learn human worlds. You've only ever seen the black roily clouds and the pink lightning that flashes between them. This is a crisp, clear summer day. The sky is a brilliant blue. The sun is a giant glowing ball of fire in the sky.
Ooh, okay. That would probably throw me really off.
Yeah, like, what the fuck? This is the first time you've ever seen that.
Okay, cool.
Otto.
I'm happy.
I don't even know what to ask. I guess I would. Okay. So if I look at that, I would probably try to see if something I was looking at looked familiar, like the place, or because I wouldn't understand. So I think I would try to latch on to like, does this look like a place I would know, and it's just like flipped on its, upside down or something along those lines. You see what I'm kind of getting at?
Yeah. You recognize home.
Okay.
And in this home, they are waiting for you with open arms.
Okay.
This is the home you want, not the home you have.
Okay. And that's okay. So I can is that more of like a inner sense that I feel that? Okay, got it.
Yeah, you know that dream you keep having when you do come home and they are happy to see you and what that feels like.
Yes.
You're feeling that in your waking hour.
Got it.
Emery. Oh, you have many questions. I'll give you three.
I do have many questions. Okay.
I'll give you 3 questions.
Firstly, among the automatons and the beings here, many of which are genderless, does there seem to be a certain caste form or a certain, structure of classes that I could recognize Annie fitting into?
Only in the sense that it exists so that all beings present may defy it.
Okay.
If you were to guess, from what you are seeing, yes, you happen to know where Annie would fall in this. She would be closer to the feet of Olodumare than like the outskirts. And she would definitely be one of the ones who could influence the area. But she's not like some immensely powerful creature.
Okay. So she's like a rich Democrat.
Yeah.
Okay. And then, That's really the main question, man.
Well, you got 2 more.
I do have 2 more.
What have you been trying to figure out? What have you been thinking? What are the questions that weigh on Emery's mind while he's looking at this?
My real questions weighing on my mind, looking at this, are still the ones back home. Like, what kind of relationship would have been had with, like, I guess with Pompadour and his, his standings with this whole situation. Because if he was able to summon Annie out of, I guess, like the middle kingdom area there, then he had to have had a pretty good pull.
So
something like a priest.
So you're thinking about Pompadour, like what the hell? What is Pompadour's connection here? And as you are, like, your mind is drifting to it, you're blown away by what you're seeing because it's the first time you've ever actually visibly seen another plane of existence. one of the automatons or the ghosts, the spirits, will whisk you away whether or not you want to be taken anywhere, and you'll stop seeing this and you'll start being there in a sense, right?
Okay.
And they will bring you to like whatever they call that, like the bowl where you see the memories and things in Harry Potter.
Mm-hmm.
Only it's like, there's this like particularly lewd statue holding this giant basin. And the person that brought you here, the spirit, will fill the bowl and become like liquid.
Okay.
And you will see in the house, in the reflection of the liquid, you will see a bitter old man surrounded with the trappings of magic and divine worship. He's a devout servant of Elitamara. You haven't seen robes like this are old. This is the ancient order that died away long before the war did. And he is summoning, or rather, he's not summoning per se. He is telling Elitamara that the gifts that have been promised unto him for his life of service, that his lineage may be safe and interesting. He is ready to claim those now. And a portal will open for him, and Annie will fall out upside down, looking exactly like she does, the old lady. Like, she doesn't know how to walk. Right? Like, she has no idea what's going on.
So all the time they're all... What do I witness happen, seeing as I'm standing there deliberately wanting to observe what happens before I choose to do anything?
Okay, so Hjorthric and Otto will have to describe their expressions.
I would think Hjorthric would crumple to his knees and is looking up kind of like confused and not happy, right? He's seeing things that are making him uncomfortable. He doesn't understand what the hell he's looking at.
Like an average Tuesday for Hjorthric.
Pretty much. He looks more confused than unhappy, but it's a little bit of both,
Yeah, he's awestruck, but it's not necessarily good.
Okay.
What about Otto?
I know.
I'm just gonna kind of be looking at the ground. Well, it felt good.
You're not snapped out of it yet. He's looking at you. Wow.
Oh.
Yeah,
I'm
looking to see what I witness.
Yep.
So I'm able to speak as I'm watching it.
Yes, but not to them. Like it's like walking into like the holodeck, right? It's like it's around you.
Yeah, basically, if I'm looking at you as you're feeling and experiencing all this, what do I see?
I see. I'm sorry, I misunderstood. Okay. I think you would just see me smiling, like just this like euphoric kind of feeling.
Opposite of your third.
Yeah, the exact opposite.
Because I'm ready to bitch slap any of you that looks like you're suddenly going in a bad direction. That's the point.
I look like I'm very happy.
Okay, that's almost even worse.
Annie, so those are the expressions that you're seeing them in, right? They are clearly not where they are. Like, they're not reacting to you. They don't see the room.
Right.
But they seem otherwise fine. Annie is watching them curiously, though. Like, she's tilting her head. She's kind of like
she's trying to figure out what they're getting out of this.
Yeah, like she doesn't know what they're seeing.
Right.
So Emery, you witness Annie.
Mm-hmm. And then at this point, it's going to occur to me. Does order dictate chaos, or does chaos dictate order? Which is the greater and which defines the other?
Roll me a wisdom save.
Okay.
Because that's the sort of question that I am prepared to answer.
Okay. Wisdom save. Not a will save, but a wisdom. Okay.
A will save, sorry.
Oh, will save. Okay.
Play way too much 5th edition.
Yeah.
Ooh. Okay. So what you will understand in this moment will give you some difficulty speaking for an hour or two after learning it. But here's the deal, okay? With order and chaos, law and chaos, as well as good and evil, are cosmic energies that you that you, as a being of free will, this is the aftermath of a Lidomara sacrificing his sanity to create free will. In the absence of free will, morality is nothing. Morality cannot exist in the absence of free will. So, good, evil, law, chaos. Every action you take generates good, evil, law, or chaos in the universe. If you do a good thing, you've contributed good to history and thus existence. The more good you do, the more aligned with good you become. The energy that resonates through the universe out of our plane of existence into either creating these realms or being incorporated into them is drawn to those people who are aligned with those energies. The answer is they do not rule each other. They are simply forms of energy that you create by taking actions that associate with them. They are not in a relationship that is balanced. They don't like each other because they are polar opposites. So the answer is both and neither, with a whole bunch of cosmology thrown in.
Cool. Just wanted to make sure.
And
he has a third grade test tomorrow on this very subject, so he just wants to be sure.
You asked, I answered.
Because like a lot of it was just like, in our definitions, like language is a form which creates understanding, and that understanding is what we found on the thing. So then basically, if you have chaos, we have to be ordered enough to form the word chaos to describe it as chaos. Without
because
that,
language is an ordered thing.
Then, yeah. And then if you were to take that from the chaotic aspect, is language as inane as everything else? Like,
Inane.
What do you look like as you are having the literal, the fabric of the cosmos explained to your mind?
it's probably something along the lines of,
So Annie, Oberdon is looking around, and Annie is looking right. Otto sees something nice. Clearly, Hjorthur doesn't see something nice. And then there's Emery, and she looks at Emery, and then she looks at Oberdon, and she looks back at Emery, and she'll point at Emery, and she'll say to Oberdon, "I like this one."
That's what Annie says to me.
Yeah.
No, so I'll kind of still looking at them. So I'm not looking at Annie. I'm watching them, but I'll kind of just lean in and say, "Do you see what they're seeing?"
No, I have no idea.
Where you come from, is it a different experience for everybody, or does everybody see the same thing?
Sometimes I don't think even I see the same thing. At least I don't remember.
It would make sense. And I'm just going to keep watching and wait for them to snap out of it.
They will eventually snap out of it together.
Okay. As soon as they do so, I'll wait all of exactly 3 seconds. I'll count it in my head, like 1, 2, 3. So what did you see? And I'll bark it at all of them at the same time. I'm giving them a 3 seconds courtesy, get back to reality thing.
I'm just gonna struggle to my feet, kind of like weak-kneed. Like, I've heard stories about the sun. That was not that. That was something much bigger and scarier, I guess.
You saw the sun before the pink lightning?
I don't know what I saw. It was too big and too bright.
Sounds to me more like he's been riding the white lightning.
What was that?
Nothing. More interested. What about you, Emery? What did you see?
Annie is very curious here. It's on her face.
Right. What's his name? Pompadour was a priestly fellow, summoned Annie from the suburbs.
Annie from the burbs, right?
Just Annie from the block. Still Annie from the block. There's...
Was he fooled by the rocks that she's got?
I think Emily dared to ask.
A couple of things before... Could I do that again? I have to think of some new questions.
She says, if you stop Mistress bleeding, yes.
If.
When?
What questions would you like to ask? I haven't had to go on the finger sniffing yet.
Do you think your older body could possibly handle it? Because let me tell you, it is quite a ride.
Young man,
Yeah.
I may be older than you, but I've seen and trained longer and harder than you probably ever will. I'm in perfect physical condition. Except for this annoying underbite.
I think what we find there is more what we seek to find than what's truly there. It has a bit of everything. It is born of chaos. It is the plane of chaos himself. There's a lot to be had there, and it really boils down to where you want to go to see what you want to see.
I see.
Well, not yet. You haven't.
That's the point, I haven't. Very well, let's get a whiff of your digits.
She says, one whiff for the physically perfect Oberdon.
Watch me fail the saving. Oh yeah, 8.
Oh, no.
Terrible saving throw.
All right. So, what is it that you want to know? You will see the same scene baseline, right?
Oh yeah, you did. Well, I really didn't go in there thinking to know anything. That's why I was basically gonna figure something extra out for Emery. But in lapse of that, the images and everything I see, does it seem to me that these would be succubuses, succubi, and stuff like that come from this place?
No, she's not lying. She like, this is not a demonic space. It's not quite celestial, but that's the closest you've got.
Gotcha. Okay. And that pretty much answers what I really was interested in knowing, is if
there's no hell taint. But because you failed the save.
Yes.
Because you failed the save, you will see a vision.
Ooh.
A vision of Dudley. Dudley!
Hi.
You go outside to see the wagon.
Uh-oh.
To see the donkey.
Yeah, the donkey.
Donkey.
Uh,
Where is he? Rankin?
Rankin, you had a cart, right? You find the cart. The cart is smashed.
Oh.
The ties that should be tying the cart to the donkey are torn, ripped, and bloody. Rankin is nowhere to be found.
You just killed his. Sorry. I'm just so
Rankin
happy.
Rankin is nowhere to be found, but the tree line looks recently disturbed. Your daddy was a trapper. You know how to tell, like, something, either Rankin ran into the woods or something dragged Rankin into the woods.
Rankin? I'm gonna start walking towards the tree line.
So Oberdon, here
Okay.
you are watching. Here you are watching Dudley. You check to see is there demons. No, there are no demons here. But that tree line, on the other hand, is looking eerily demonic.
Mm-hmm.
You're sitting next to Dudley as Dudley is walking out towards the tree line, looking for Rankin.
So I'm kind of like projecting, I guess, like a spiritual
Yeah, like an astral projection.
Yeah, okay.
Right.
As soon as I am able to, if they're watching me, they're going to be seeing me initially like,
Oh, the boy. No.
All right. Yeah. So Dudley, no, Dudley.
And then I will immediately spin around and charge towards the door, snatching my sword out quickly, and then say, "The boy is in danger."
No.
Well, no, I'm probably.
So I'm gonna.
What's the time? How long do we have for the session?
You got 30 minutes.
30 minutes.
Unless
Okay.
you are really, unless we hit a point that you absolutely want to freeze on, and you're close enough that you can.
Okay. Yeah. So we're almost there. What I will do is I will ask you, Oberdon, ye who rushes after the boy, to roll me an initiative check.
Oh, right.
I mean, I would spring into Yorthorpe would spring into action too.
Okay, roll me an init check.
But I would not go out the front door like Oberdon is doing.
Oh, I am absolutely just charging straight out there, screaming bloody murder. I'm good. I have a 6. Right?
You couldn't get the sword out, You're like trying to.
All right. So what we'll do here?
The physical perfection got in the way.
I'm waiting for Yorthorpe to roll.
It's not rolling for some reason, but it's just.
You have to click your token. Don't forget.
I did.
I mean, would we all run out at this point?
I imagine everybody would, but
yeah,
they declared that their action was to charge out.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's just a D20 anyway for me.
All right, so Yorthorpe will bolt out as soon as you start bolting before Oberdon does, because Oberdon's the boy, Dudley, the boy, and like before Oberdon snaps out of it, you're already out the door. Oberdon does not stop to check to see who is here, right?
No.
So what we're gonna do is Yorthorpe and Dudley. Yorthorpe, you're gonna run out, and Dudley is already in the woods, but you're gonna like, holy shit, right? And Dudley is just like calling for the donkey. Take it away.
Rankin! Is that what you wanted?
Yeah.
Alright, so.
Rankin? Is that you?
Yorthorpe, you burst onto the scene.
I am not bursting I am jumping out the window.
You jump out the window?
You're not gonna. What's wrong with the door?
That's what I was gonna do.
Run out the window. Run out the door. I'm just gonna be like, the boy, and I'm just gonna dive out the window, man. I'm a monk.
All right, you can. I'm in plate mail, dude. I can't dive through no window.
You hit the ground.
I slow fall. I just break out the window and.
Okay, so you hit the ground. You can you're just seeing the little tippy back of the tiny halfling boot just fade into the shadow of the woods.
So I'm gonna shout, "He's over here, the idiot!" I'm just gonna start running, pell-mell, dashing action to catch up.
And what we're gonna do is we're gonna say that there was a rustle, and you think it's the donkey. So you look, Rankin, and then there will be like a blur of shadow. You're gone.
I'm gone.
You're not there anymore.
You're gone? Is that where you want to end it?
Yorthorpe will burst into the chasing after them. He's over here. He's
taken.
He got.
He done get got.
I done got people.
And that's where we can kill the session.
Hi there. I'm Gorbad, normally the resident dungeon master here on How We Roll, but for this particular campaign, I'm going to be taking a seat on the other side of the table to become a player. If you'd like to keep up with all things How We Roll, you can follow us on Twitter at How We Roll, check us out on Facebook at How We Roll, and you can also follow us on YouTube, and you've guessed it, at How We Roll. We also have a website, www.howweroll.com. Now, if you want to keep up with me personally, you can follow me on Twitter at Gorbad, and don't forget to check out my blog, www.thedmblog.com, for all things Dungeons & Dragons related, both for players and DMs alike. We will see you next time.
Sup, I'm Evil Squeegee, they, them, and as you can tell by now, Gorbad has made the mistake of letting me Dungeon Master a campaign on his channel. If you want to follow me on my channel, where I make the mistake of letting me Dungeon Master games on my channel, you can find that at twitch.tv/evil-squeegee. If you want to follow me on Twitter, at twitter.com/evil-squeegee, you can find inclusivity rants, gaming rants, rants about rants, and rants.
It is on. It is.
Greetings and well met, my friend. It is I, the great and powerful Thelonious Conch. My good friend the Snuggler has asked me so kindly to step in. If you want to keep up with what he's doing in the world, you can follow him at 2 places. The first is on Twitter at Matty Sweet Tweet. And the second, of course, is Instagram, where you can follow him at Matty Quick Pick. And I see what he did there. Clever boy. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you next time, and don't forget the lavender.
Hey, thanks for watching this episode of How Reroll. My name's Jane, and you can follow me on Twitter at Jane on Twitch with a 0, not an O. I also do stream like 3 times a week now, so you can follow me on Twitch at twitch.tv/JaneIvana. What do you gotta say, Norman? Sorry. Peace, suckers.
Hey y'all, Shagget here. I play various characters on How We Roll. This is the first campaign where Gorbat is a player, and I very much would like to enact my player vengeance on him, since he's usually the DM and I can't do that really, because he'll just, wish it away and make it irrelevant. Follow me on Twitter at Aneb_Convos, and we can start a dialogue to find out the creative, awesome means that my character will get his character killed. Because isn't that what every player wants to do? I think so.
Hi, it's me, Satchmo. Clear, How We Roll. You follow me. It's Satchmo.